Let's scroll down in our cheat sheet over here to the third section, which is objects. Now, I recognize that we only covered the first section over here, and then we are actually missing the second section. We're going to actually cover it later and cover these basic vocabulary of JavaScript and coding in a little bit. But I want to go with the flow and introduce to you the most powerful type in JavaScript, which is actually objects. So if you scroll down to the third section, this will give you a simple introduction to objects. Now, if you look at this particular introduction, it basically says an object is a data type in JavaScript that is used to store a combination of data in a simple key value pair. That's it. Now, that's a lot of words. Now let's take a look at what it really is. So I'm going to simply come over here in our console and simply put in these curly braces. These are called curly braces. And over here inside, I can really type in multiple key value pairs and have a combination of data. So what do I mean? So let's say I'm storing some information about a user. So a user has a name, so I'm going to put in name and colon in a string because I want to store the name is going to be a string, so I'm going to call it Aziz. So over here, this is the key and this is the value. So this is a key value pair separated by a colon. So this is a key value pair, and if you write it inside these curly braces, this is called an object. And that's pretty much it. Now you can have multiple values. So you can have one value like this, and I can put a comma and then write another value. So let's say I can call it date of birth, so DOB, colon, and I can put in a number now. So 1988 is the year I was born. So this is a number value. This is a string value. And if you look at the documentation over here, an object is a data type in JavaScript that is used to store a combination of data in a simple key value pair. So we are basically using these data types and assigning values. So let's say if it says another value, let's say if I have a PhD, so PhD and colon, it's going to be null. That no, Aziz does not have a PhD, right? So you can have multiple kinds of values stored in an object. All right, recognize there's a comma over here after each key value pair. So now I'm going to hit enter, and that is my object. If I click this particular arrow sign, you see DOB, name, and PhD shows up, and this special underscore underscore proto underscore underscore some kind of value, which is an object, shows up. We're going to learn more about it in the advanced section of this particular course, but just recognize that object is simply key value pairs. So in over here in our cheat sheet, I have name, which is Aziz Ali, year of birth 1988, and there's another key over here, calculate age, which is a function. So it can also have functions which we have not learned about, but function is also a data type, which we're going to learn about in a bit, which is actually a subtype of object. It's not really a different data type. It's just functions are basically just a type of object, and so is array. We're going to look into arrays as well. So these are keys and these are the values, and over here the key is they are just these are the keys of the user object. So name, year of birth, calculate age are the keys, and Aziz Ali 1988 and the function are basically the respective values of these keys. All right. Now, one other information or terminology I want to introduce to you over here is something called a method. You may have heard of it if you are exposed to JavaScript even a little bit. A method is simply, over here the definition says, if a key has a function as a value, it's called a method. So if a key, which is calculate age, has a value, it has a value, right? Which is a function, so this is a function, this key has a function as a value, then this is called a method. That's all. It's just a different terminology. That's all it is. It's not complicated. People try to make it complicated because they don't understand it. That's why it sounds complicated. But those are the terminologies you want to be aware about. Now, I understand that we are going slow, but the foundation that you will get is going to be so powerful that coding and understanding code and doing interviews and building real applications is going to be very easy for you once you understand these things. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm going to talk to you in the next, and we're going to learn more about objects. Talk to you in the next video.